Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt Hartman, and welcome to Drunkard's Walk, the podcast. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome not back if you've never been here before. We are going to take you on a delightful walk through Wikipedia. And when I say we, I, of course, mean myself, Matt Hartman. I'm one of your hosts, and the other host is none other than Jethro Nolan, right over there.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hey, I have my own name and voice.
Yeah, you do.
The name was mentioned. I'm Jethro, and my voice sounds like this.
That's right. That
completely
is
different and distinct.
It is very different than my own voice. And
because I choose to make it so. I do, however, do a killer Matt Hartman impersonation. Would you like to hear it?
But yes, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay. Here it is.
Well, I'm Matt Hartman, and I think I know everything, and I'm right because I'm really attractive and handsome. Ooh.
And that's how you sound.
Wow, Jethro, that was thanks, man. That's so
you're
so nice of you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Well, you are a handsome man. Who thinks he's right frequently.
Oh, that's right. That's all correct. Well, I love it. I love it. I love that you're aware of it, and I love that you're willing to acknowledge it.
I am. It's a shame that our podcast listeners can't truly appreciate how handsome you are, given that this is an auditory medium. However, Patreon subscribers get access to the Matt Hartman Picture a Day calendar that is available. No,
that's not a real thing. You're making
no,
that.
It is. It is a thing. I've made it available. There are a lot of pictures of you.
Oh.
Only about a third of which are photoshopped.
I hope there are 365 pictures of me. Otherwise, it's not going to be a picture a day for a whole year.
Well, April through July are all the same picture.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
You know what? I'm going for kind of like a Philip Glass repetition, inducing a meditative state kind of thing.
Yeah, I love it. I'm glad I'm a part of it, honestly.
Congratulations.
So Jethro, as the good people know, because I'm sure they've listened before, we're going to be walking from one page in Wikipedia, one article in Wikipedia to another in Wikipedia. And folks, by the way, I don't know if you've been on Wikipedia lately, but they are currently asking for money. And I support Wikipedia. I do donate. I don't know if Jethro does. I don't want to speak for him, but I want to tell you that if you don't, you should. It's a great resource and it's out there. So head on over and give them a couple bucks so that our podcast can keep going, or send us a couple bucks and we'll send them a couple bucks. So I'm willing to do it that way too.
I totally don't support them, although I 100% should. I tell you what, by the time this episode airs, I will sign up for a monthly donation to Wikipedia because it is a fantastic resource and we should send money to good resources so that they can continue to exist. I don't know if you know, that's how media and communication works. You should support things that are adding value to the world.
I didn't know that, but I do know it now, and I love it. I love it.
Excellent.
Well, so we have our starting point. It's going to be where we stopped last week, and that was EPCOT, the Disney theme park. But we need a destination, Jethro. And so where will that come from?
Well, Matt, I have a very special surprise for you and our listeners.
Okay.
I know that we have we had a fun time a couple episodes back where you and Dave Foreman sort of picked David S. Pumpkins.
Oh yeah,
a thing that
was great.
Have been on the record as really not liking. As a destination for us to go to.
Yeah.
And all I have to say is that it is payback time.
Huh?
And I had a volunteer who was very eager to suggest some things that you don't like very much as our destination for this show. So
this must be this must be like my nemesis or something. This must be somebody that knows all of the things I don't like.
You are correct on both accounts. Please welcome to the podcast your nemesis / wife, Emma Hartman.
What? Oh my God.
Hey, babe.
What?
How's it going?
What are you doing here?
Well, so I listened to the David S. Pumpkins episode and just immediately felt, and I think it's because I'm a sibling, I'm a youngest sister. I just immediately felt like I needed to get one back at you.
You're not my sibling. Let's be clear.
I know, but like, I just thought that it'd be really funny if I contacted Jethro and said, here's a list of things that Matt doesn't like.
Cool.
Let me know if you need any help.
Immediately.
I did.
Immediately when the episode pushed.
I did.
Cool. I'm glad we're such a good team, you and I.
I think it was at like 8:45 a.m.
Oh my good Lord.
So, I thought that you guys could take a super fun walk today. But I thought, if you don't mind, I thought that maybe because you really love trivia so much, I was wondering if I gave you like 3 clues, whether you would be able to guess where your location is going to end.
Is this because the audio got messed up on the Wives episode? Is this why you're doing this? Are you angry? Because it's not my fault that the audio got messed up.
No, babe, I'm not angry. I love you.
That's wow. I've been married long enough to know that is a loaded sentence right there.
That is like
a platter of nachos. You better lawyer up, friend.
All right. What is your hint? Oh, you're consulting a phone?
Well,
so you don't even know?
No,
Okay.
I don't. I really had to.
This is great.
I had to enter the world of Wikipedia to get some facts. Okay. So your first clue is that he was drafted into the NHL.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In 2004.
He can.
Your second.
No, I don't need a second clue. Fucking Alexander Ovechkin. That's what you're gonna give me. Oh my God.
So, and where are you guys starting at?
EPCOT.
So I thought that maybe you could go from someplace that you just love and adore and admire.
I do really like EPCOT.
Just right to the fiery pits of hell.
Oh my God. I can't. This is so much worse than David S. Pumpkins.
No.
This is a real person.
Why do you hate Alexander Ovechkin?
Oh, because he's garbage. He's garbage man. He's a dirty, rotten garbage player who is.
It sounds like he's quite a good hockey athlete.
Oh, he is an amazing athlete, and I will. He is a fantastic goal scorer, but he is also a selfish player. He is an arrogant player. I don't enjoy the type of athlete that he is. He is the type of athlete that just boasts about himself and how great he is. And he doesn't pass the puck. Look at his assist numbers. They're not nearly as high as they should be.
Anyway, it's okay, babe. Let it all out. Just let it all out.
I don't like that style of player. Now, look, have I ever met the gentleman? No, I know nothing about him. And are there plenty of sports players that I probably rooted for in my lifetime that would probably be just as bad, if not worse? Yeah, I'm sure that there are.
All right. So just to recap, you're ignorant and a hypocrite.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome to America, Jethro.
Okay.
Now, do you need to know anything else about him?
No, I don't want to know anything else about him.
Wait, but
Emma, I'd love to hear some more about Alexander Ovechkin.
Okay, so
if you would share.
So he was first drafted into the NHL in 2004, but he remained in Russia until 2005 because of the 04-05 NHL lockout.
The lockout, right?
So he didn't actually play until 05-06.
Right. He was the number 1 draft pick that year, and then Evgeny Malkin was the second pick overall. But the next year, Sidney Crosby was the number 1 pick, and those 2 number 1 picks both have the same rookie season because of that lockout. And that's another thing that happened, is that Pittsburgh look, here's the other thing. I lived in Washington, D.C. for 12 years. I lived there when he was drafted, and I used to go to Washington Capitals games before he was there, and there was just no one there. There was no one there. You could get tickets, no problem. Nobody cared about hockey there. And then all of a sudden, everybody became a huge hockey fan because he was there. And they started doing a thing where if the Penguins were playing them in the playoffs and you were from Pittsburgh, you had a Pittsburgh area code or a Pittsburgh zip code on your credit card, they wouldn't sell you tickets to the game. And those fans kept that franchise alive when their own fans wouldn't go. And now suddenly we can't get in.
Look how angry he is. He's pointing.
So, it sounds like this one player single-handedly revitalized the economy of the DC hockey area.
Yeah, he did. He did. He absolutely did.
That's a good thing, I would think. I mean, think about all the jobs that he created by drawing in fans. So more people working at the parking and the concessions and everything.
No, they all had jobs already because I mean, it was still, the place was still running. It's not like they had jobs. Yes, but this didn't create jobs.
I'm sure running a fully packed hockey arena takes more people than running an empty one.
Well, but you have to prepare for fully packed, right? I guess you don't have to. You know how many tickets are sold. Well, no, people can walk up, so you don't know. You probably have to prepare every night.
I definitely went to saw the Capitals play because it was super cheap.
Yeah, well, it was, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, it was super cheap. But so I lived in DC for 2 years, and I moved there from the UK. And you move to a new city, so you want to get like the local kind of sports teams, like sweatshirts or jerseys or baseball caps or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so Matt and I first started dating. I went over to his place and I was wearing a Capitals baseball cap. And I thought he was going to have some kind of like coronary or something because...
That's not true. Let's be clear. I did not react that way. I just told you that you had to throw it away and I would buy you a Penguins hat.
Sexy.
Yeah. So needless to say...
who's married here? Huh? These two, right?
Fair point.
It worked out.
It did work out.
What did you wear? What did you wear when we entered our reception for our wedding? What were you wearing?
Penguins jersey.
That's right. A Penguins jersey that said bride on it.
All this sounds like is that you're very controlling and manipulative, Matt. That's all this sounds is. You forced her to conform to your tribal ways.
She saw the light. That's what happened.
I did. And just like he saw the light and now worships no other football team other than Liverpool FC.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah. I'm sure he really gave up a lot.
I did. I was a huge fan of.
Don't even say it out loud.
Tottenham
Hotspurs.
Yeah. The Hotspurs. I really loved the Hotspurs. I like Crystal Palace. Remember we talked about Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah. Crystal Palace.
You did, in fact. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
I'm glad that Emma, you were able to.
Any more facts for you? He was born in.
I mean, if there's more facts that's going to make Matt mad, I'd love to hear them.
He was born in 1985. He was born in Moscow. Moscow. Sorry, I should say. I pronounced it in the American way, Moscow. And his mother was like a real famous basketball player, and his father was a real famous football player. And so he comes from fame and wealth, Matt, everything that you didn't have growing up.
Wow.
I don't hate this guy like as a person. Like we're not friends. Like we haven't met and then he wronged me or something. I just don't like him on principle more than anything else.
That's incredible. Well, we're going to get to know a lot more about him, and we're going to get closer and closer as the episode goes on. Emma, I can't thank you enough for already making this a fun endeavor thus far by watching how angry Matt got talking about Alexander Ovechkin.
We'll have a wonderful walk.
Wait, hold on. We drink when we walk, and tonight I will absolutely be drinking. Are you having a drink, Em?
I am. I am actually drinking an Angry Orchard crisp apple hard cider. I've really taken a liking to them since trick-or-treating when I got buzzed walking around the neighborhood with our child.
Wow. There we go.
Yep.
Don't worry, everybody. I was stone cold sober, so not a problem for us. Jethro, how about you? You have a drink?
Yeah, I'm having a delightful vodka tonic with an Absolute Citron.
Ah, absolutely.
Indeed. And you, sir?
Well, it is the Christmas season. We are only weeks away from Christmas. So I decided to try out this Harpoon Winter Warmer. It is a seasonal, it is cinnamon and nutmeg holiday ale. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of like the real spicy, the like kind of Christmas spices in beers, but this one's doing an okay job. I'm kind of enjoying it. So I think I recommend it. If you like that type of thing, you'll probably like it. And even if you don't, if you kind of just want to be in the spirit of things, with a beer. This is a good one. It's also got holly on the can. It's real pretty looking.
It is pretty.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm drinking.
Well, we've got a destination. We've got some drinks. I feel like we're all set.
We are all set. Well, thanks a lot, Emma.
Do you want me to prepare the bed downstairs for you to sleep in tonight?
For me to sleep in?
Well, yeah. Listen, if
Wow.
you're
the one that's brought this on, not me.
All grumpy, then
Oh, I
see.
see. I see. If I'm going to come to bed grumpy, well, we'll just see what happens.
All right. Have fun, you guys.
Thanks for
Good
doing
luck.
it.
Thanks, Emma. Well, any marital discord that the podcast can sow, I feel like is just a bonus on top.
Absolutely. All right. So I guess in order to start our walk, we're going to have to make our predictions as to how many steps this may take. And again, we're going from EPCOT to
Alexander Ovechkin.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say it. I don't want to even say it.
Oh, come on. You can say it.
Yeah, but I don't want to, is what I said.
Well, I'm going to say Alexander Ovechkin as many times as I need to remind everybody that Alexander Ovechkin, famed hockey player for the Washington Capitals, will be our destination today.
You are the worst. Okay, so let me figure out my number here.
What's Alexander Ovechkin's number?
His number is 8.
Well, why don't you guess 8?
Because I don't think it's going to take us 8 steps to get there. It hasn't taken us. Well, it took us 8 on Falkirk, I guess. Falkirk to Hachiko.
Well, I feel like it's going to be a long trip because I'm going to make sure that we don't get there too fast.
Oh, are you?
I want to make sure that we have a lot of time to look forward to Alexander Ovechkin and get slightly closer, but not quite reach him just yet.
Okay. Well, I have my prediction. I don't know if you have yours or not, but
I do.
All right.
I do indeed.
Well, then let's get rolling here, my man.
Right.
We're in Epcot Center, and obviously there would be geographic routes
absolutely
out of here because I mean, if you got to Russia and you got to athletes, he's going to be there because he's a world-class athlete.
What we're bored by such things.
Yes, indeed. So I don't want to go that way, but there may be some other ways out of here into sports, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Disney, which is the company that owns Epcot, also owns ESPN, if I'm not mistaken, and
You're
ABC.
Correct. You're correct on both of those accounts.
If ESPN is linked anywhere on here, that will almost certainly get us into sports.
So ESPN itself does not seem to be linked, but I do see their complex, the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex, is linked.
Where is that linked?
It's up near the top. It's in one of the boxes underneath the one that says Epcot. There's one that says Walt Disney World, and inside that,
there it is.
There is a link to that. I was looking to see if there might be another link though to ESPN somewhere else on this page. Because ESPN just recently started showing the NHL.
Did they?
Just this year, they kind of got that. You know what else is on here? Now, I know this is geography, but I still might be okay with it. Listen to this. Canada is on here. And if you want to get to hockey, my friend, Canada is the way to go. Oh, my God. Russia's actually on here. Huh.
Is it?
Yeah.
The place, the way you said you didn't want to go.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can't. It's too easy. It's too easy. I don't want to do it. But the fact that it's on here, I'm.
Is there a Russia section in the Epcot World Showcase?
There isn't, but there's they were proposed pavilions. Brazil, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Russia, Denmark, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Spain, Venezuela, United Arab Emirates, and Israel have occasionally been rumored as potential future pavilions.
I would love to see many of those.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
But I don't know. I mean, again, like I said, I think it might be a little cheap to go that direction, personally. But I don't know. I mean, look, if you thought that was like, the reason I suggested Canada is because like Canada gets you to hockey, right? Which is like, so we're not going all the way through geography to get to this person. But I mean, I can also. It's still geography to go through Canada. So
it really is. Again, for those listeners who aren't aware, Canada is a country.
You think that there's a lot of people that weren't aware of that. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, the way that you said it, you were like, it sounded like you thought that saying that Canada was a geographic route was somehow a reveal.
Oh, I see.
Like we didn't previously know that Canada was
That's fair. That's fair.
Totally a country.
I do see down here at the bottom, there's a little like, you know how they do with like presidents, they have like preceded by, succeeded by, or succeeded by, excuse me, succeeded by, depending on which president you're talking about.
Which president you're talking about. Yeah.
But they have that down here for the host of the first robotics world championship. So from 1995 to 2002, I guess it was at EPCOT. It's preceded by Nashua, New Hampshire, and succeeded by Reliant Park, like, which just seem like things totally unrelated to this page. And we also have the Disney World monorail on here, and it shows the stations, the preceding station and the following station, but the following station is Terminus. So
gotcha.
It's just the end.
So at the bottom, there are several sort of purple sections that are sort of collapsed.
Yes.
But if you click show, it'll expand.
Okay.
So one of them is Disney parks, experiences, and products.
Oh.
And if you expand that, one of the things that pops up is under other is Anaheim Sports, which I believe could get us to the Mighty Ducks, which are in fact a professional hockey team.
Yeah, that's certainly true. I mean, it's a little geographical though, right? Don't you think? Anaheim being a country like Canada?
Yeah, but the fact that it says Anaheim Sports, I mean,
it's not a country. It's a city. I was doing a thing, but
no, okay. Your whimsy was not lost.
Good, thank God.
But we've already given it far more time than it merits. Sounds good. Moving on.
Yeah.
But even ESPN is the European Sports Network. So I feel like in a way that's kind of geographic as well.
Did you say European Sports Network?
Isn't that what ESPN stands for?
No.
What does it stand for?
It's the Eastern Sports Network. It used to be like New England, I think, but
really,
yeah, it's.
I thought it was European.
No, why would it be European? It's all like U.S. stuff.
Okay, but the Arts and Entertainment Network doesn't have arts and entertainment. The History Channel is just about fucking aliens now.
Yeah, that's true.
Channels change their content all the time.
Well, so I don't feel like ESPN is geographical, and ESPN Zone is linked on here as well, which is another possible.
What is ESPN Zone?
ESPN Zone. It was like a Dave & Buster's type of place, except it was ESPN themed.
Gotcha. So it's just a restaurant.
Yes. Yeah. A bar. But it also had like games and things like that too.
I think I went to the one in Chicago when I had people coming in from out of town.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's certainly possible. That's certainly a thing that could be true. I'm looking to see if there's anything else in any of these other drop downs. I had not seen these before. I don't know.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
ESPN feels better to me, unless there's something actually related to hockey in here, which there could be. I mean, let's not.
There is a link to the Disney All-Star Sports Resort.
Yeah, that's. I mean, well, that may have a link to hockey in it actually, because it has a lot of different like sports stuff all around. So it's possible that it would say like, and it has this and hockey and baseball and basketball, and it might link them, but it might not. I mean, we've been on many a page that's had the word, but then not linked to it, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm well aware of the painful absence. And believe me, folks, we all are excited about Alexander Ovechkin and getting to him as quickly as possible and discovering as many things about Alexander Ovechkin as we can. So we are not going to make you wait too long before we get to the glorious paradise.
So you don't have a soundboard, but you're just going to keep
Alexander
repeating.
Ovechkin.
There we go.
I mean, I pretty much am a soundboard.
Yeah.
I can make repetitive, annoying sounds over and over again without the need of technology to assist.
Yeah, you are good at that. I'm going to admit it. I'm going to admit it right up front there. You are good at it. All right. Well, we've got to go somewhere. I still vote for either ESPN Zone or the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
I like the Wide World of Sports complex because I feel like it's probably a bit more varied and it's it's 222 acres, so it's a lot bigger than a restaurant. So the likelihood that it has a lot of possible outbounds, I feel, is high.
So the problem with that is that there definitely isn't any hockey related stuff there, right? Because it was all like there was a racetrack and things like that. So my concern, my thought is that ESPN Zone might link out to hockey, whereas ESPN's Wide World of Sports Complex may not.
Is there an ice rink there?
I don't believe so. I
mean,
I could be wrong. I think there's a stadium, but I don't even know if that's true. To be honest with you, I know there's a racetrack. That's the only thing I'm sure of.
I feel like it's bigger than a restaurant, though. So
yeah,
it at least gets us to sports. And also, quite frankly, this is the thing you said you wanted to go to.
Well, I said one of the two. I said one of the two.
It.
I said one of the two.
But you have poo-pooed it.
All right. You want to go to Wide World of Sports Complex? Let's give it a go.
I do.
Let's give it a go.
All right.
Let's see what comes up. A 220-acre multi-purpose sports complex. So there you go.
All right. And we do have a link to ESPN here.
Right. Which may be a good way out of this. Which, I mean, obviously we were going to have a link to ESPN, right? I see NBA. Oh yeah. The NBA, right, played their bubble games there. So clearly they have a basketball court.
There you go.
The Pro Bowl.
And that works so well.
Yeah. MLS is back tournament. We've got Atlanta Braves spring training. So they got all kinds of sports here. I don't know that
the Harlem Globetrotters are linked.
Yeah. I see nothing about the NHL though, or hockey.
Well, just you wait, friend.
Okay.
It's a fairly sizable article. There's a lot.
It is.
Just scratching the surface here. We've got more stuff to look at.
Wow. ESPN The Weekend. That was a thing, I guess. WNBA is on there.
Morgan Freeman is linked.
Oh.
Noted hockey fan.
Yeah, he's a huge hockey fan. Huge. Well, he did do that whole Penguins thing. So I guess March of the Penguins, right? So
that's right. Not the Pittsburgh Penguins. Actual Penguins.
Yeah, real Penguins, yeah. Which I mean, they have those at the Pittsburgh Zoo, and the Pittsburgh Zoo is close to where the Pittsburgh Penguins play. So, I do see roller hockey rinks. So roller hockey is linked on here.
Fantastic.
I don't know that that's going to be the best path out. I think ESPN might be a better.
We've got a track and field complex.
Yeah.
We do not have. We have a baseball quadruplex, a softball diamondplex.
Oh, sure.
A tennis complex, and a track and field complex. I am not seeing a hockey facility of any kind. Yeah,
no. Well, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me a bit.
I just wish you had voiced these concerns earlier.
I think I did.
Wish you had.
Trying to think back. Yeah, definitely did.
No.
I do think that ESPN or ESPN Plus, which is also linked on here, is a good way out. ESPN, I think, is our best way out because they're going to talk about hockey. They're going to talk about the NHL, and once you get into the NHL, you're going to see. So,
what are we going to see? Alexander Ovechkin?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
There we go.
So ESPN is my vote for sure.
All right. So once again, you are too quick to get all trigger happy.
Am I?
Happy without exploring the links that are available at the bottom. So there is a section for ESPN Inc.
Yeah.
Which, if you expand, has all 9,000 variations of ESPN that are available.
It does.
Including the SEC network and the Longhorn network and ESPN Brazil, ESPN Japan, J Sports, 3% ownership rights.
Sure.
But they also have sports broadcasting rights in which they list various sports that broadcast on ESPN. And one of them is the NHL on ESPN.
Ah, yes, indeed it is. So I think that also will get us to NHL just like ESPN would have, but I'm happy to take that one. And I mean, even these ones up here, these TSN, like that's almost all hockey. The co-owned Canadian sports networks, TSN is almost all hockey. But hey, NHL's in the title. Let's take it. NHL on ESPN.
Fantastic.
Sounds
and
like
here we are.
Great idea.
ESPN National Hockey Night. Reader Rex here. So it's a television presentation of the National Hockey League on ESPN properties, ABC, ESPN Plus, and Hulu.
That's right.
I tell you what, there might even be famous hockey personalities listed on here. Now, is Alexander Ovechkin your and my favorite hockey player? Is he still playing?
Hey, first of all, he is not my favorite hockey player. I just have to make that abundantly clear.
It sounds like you think about him a lot.
And the answer is yes, he is still playing the game of hockey.
Okay, so he hasn't moved on to that post-athlete phase of his career where he's an announcer.
He is not. I would be surprised if he ever does. It just doesn't seem like his cup of tea. But hey, I could be wrong. I mean, people do crazy stuff all the time. So, who knows?
All right, so I'm seeing a lot of possibilities. The NHL All-Star Game, and I'm guessing from all the descriptions that I've heard about him that this is a phenomenal athlete who has been named to the All-Star Game several times. Am I right about that?
Disgusting. Yes, he's been named to the All-Star team. Yes.
Right. I also see the Washington Capitals, which is a very popular hockey team that's had a bit of a resurgence in the last few years, from what I understand.
Not few years. It's been decades now. But
okay, so they've got an incredible dynasty that they've built there. That's wonderful.
I'm not going to go that. No, they've won one Stanley Cup. One.
You know what? You only need to win the one to be a champion.
The Pittsburgh Penguins have won 5. So
that seems like so they're like the Tom Brady. Is that what I'm hearing?
No,
that the Penguins are like the assholes who always win.
You're talking about
hates them.
No, you're talking about like, I don't even know who that would be now.
I feel like
the Tampa Bay Lightning,
Ovechkin's like the Eli Manning of the situation, and like he's always in somebody else's shadow, and then he has the one day in the sun, and God bless, he's earned it.
No.
And he's not as photogenic as his older brother. That's what I feel like.
Maybe he's a superstar. No, I think the Washington Capitals is absolutely the way to go. I did not see that linked. Where did you see Washington Capitals linked?
It is up in the coverage overview early years section. After in the paragraph that begins after the 1984-85 season, blah, 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 aired its first game.
Oh, yeah, I see.
ESPN aired its first game, opening night matchup between the Washington Capitals and New York Rangers on October 10th, 1985. I tell you what, there's a long and storied history of hockey on ESPN.
There is.
And you made it seem like it just started now.
No, it's they just got it back is what happened. If you go down to move to NBC Sports 2005 to 2021, and then you will go down to third return to ESPN and ABC 2021 to present. So they just got it back. It's on Hulu. It's on ESPN Plus. It's on all sorts of stuff. But yeah, Washington Capitals, that's absolutely the way to go.
Well, I mean, it's possible that Alexander Ovechkin has been a part of some, I don't know, maybe exciting moments that might have had the highest viewership on ESPN.
Not on ESPN, no, because they haven't had him. It moved to NBC Sports in 2005. That's the year he started playing. He hasn't been on ESPN at all.
Okay, well, there are a lot of people named here, and there might be some interesting names. And if we go too quickly, we're going to pass by the opportunity to perhaps see Alexander Ovechkin listed on this page.
Mm-hmm. It's certainly a possibility. I've looked and have not seen him, but I didn't see Washington Capitals. So, I miss things. Also, I kind of like when I do see his name, I ignore it a lot of times. Right. So,
because you're petty and small and
yes. You
cannot admit
you get me.
It's not like the guy is David S. Pumpkins. Come on.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have that kind of comic prowess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So Washington Capitals, it is.
All right.
It is under the early years of the coverage overview.
Jump back up there. Washington Capitals. And I mean, he's absolutely going to be on this page.
Now, what's interesting is this takes us to the Washington Capitals 1985-1986 season.
Oh my God, it sure did. No. I did not mouse over.
Yeah, I feel like we screwed the pooch on this one.
I mean, we can obviously get to the actual Washington Capitals page, but who knows? Look, they talk about the 2008-2009 season on this page. So maybe they talk about, and it was record held until Alexander Ovechkin broke the record or something, right? Could that be on here?
So would you prefer to go to the Washington Capitals team page or to the 2008-2009 Washington Capitals season?
I'm still looking through this page because I'm telling you there might be something on here that says like so-and-so held a record until it was broken by Alexander Ovechkin. It could be linked on this page. It's
certainly possible. They got some draft picks listed there, but again, it's for 1985-86.
Yeah.
There is a section down here for Washington Capitals that can be expanded.
Oh, and there he is, Alexander Ovechkin.
Under where?
It's under team captain Alexander Ovechkin.
Look at that handsome, daring picture that pops up.
Ugh.
He's a confident fella.
Can we just click on that stupid picture?
Let's do it. Oh yeah, look at that. I tell you what, you know who he looks like? He looks like that actor who was in Parks and Rec who played the unconvincing love interest of Amy Poehler.
You mean at the beginning?
No,
later.
All throughout.
Oh,
he has the brown hair.
Oh, really?
He played a devil in The Good Place.
You think he looks like Adam Scott?
Yes, I think he looks like Adam Scott. That's the name of the guy.
No, he doesn't look like Adam Scott. I mean, maybe in this picture he does bear somewhat of a resemblance, but if you saw them next to each other,
I tell you what, I don't know, Adam Scott, if you're out there and listening, first of all, please ignore the sly comment about you playing the unconvincing love interest of Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
But talk to your agent about getting an Alexander Ovechkin biopic going because you're a dead ringer for this guy.
Not at all. Not even close. And thankfully for you. Well, there we are. We've done it. We've reached the page, so it's over, and we could stop talking about it. And
but think about next week. We get to start here. We get to learn more. We have to scour the Alexander Ovechkin page for exciting ways out towards whatever our new destination will be. Matt, we've done it. Oh, it's got a lot of pictures of him. There he is playing hockey.
Good.
There he is standing, looking very sexy, ladies.
Keep looking at those pictures.
And 10% of the fellas. I think you'll like some of the pictures that are on here.
10% of the okay.
I don't need to explain how sexuality works, do I, Matt?
Not to me.
I mean, quite frankly, I'm straight, and this guy kind of melts my butter, if you know what I mean. So,
oh my God. Well, that's great. I will say, that's great to hear that.
There is a picture of him with the Stanley Cup held aloft, and it does appear that he is missing a tooth or two, which does take a little bit away from this.
Yep. That big toothless smile.
But what he lacks in teeth, he makes up for in personality, I hear.
No, not correct.
There you go.
Well, we have reached it though, and we do know that it took us only 4 steps to get here, from EPCOT to ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex to NHL and ESPN to Washington Capitals 1985-86 season. Is that what it was? I wrote it down. I just wrote down Washington Capitals. I should have written down the whole thing. 1985,
we'll fix it in post
season. And then to Alexander Ovechkin. So there you go. So 4 steps. Jethro, what was your prediction this week?
You know what? I feel like I'm the one who always reveals my prediction first. You got to tell me.
Definitely not true, but I'll tell you, my prediction was 5.
Your prediction was 5?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
My prediction, my friend, boom, was 4.
My God.
Right on the money. Scoring that perfectly makes me feel like the Alexander Ovechkin of this podcast.
Do you understand that when we did David S. Pumpkins, you got to win at the end? You couldn't even give me that? You couldn't even give me that?
I wish I could, Matt.
Well, now the season is over too. So congratulations, Jethro. You've won the season. We don't know what I'm going to say that this year we wager just a handshake. How about a nice handshake?
A bag of Fritos.
Well, congratulations to you for ruining my night as well as my whole year. I'm happy to be a part of that.
I'm delighted to have given a great gift to you, just as you gave to me, and I'm glad that we were able to have Emma on, where she could be recorded and her voice heard. Unless you sabotage.
Yeah, it'd be a real shame if the audio doesn't work on this one too, huh?
Wouldn't it though?
Wink.
Indeed. Well, Matt, it's always a pleasure, and I can't wait to see where we go next week.
Oh, me too, buddy. Me too. Hey, Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here. Thanks so much for listening to Drunkard's Walk, and a big thank you to Jesse Ali for our theme music and Nick Jaramillo for our artwork. Another big thank you to all of you. If you enjoyed what you heard here today, be sure to listen next week. Also, go back and listen to our past episodes. Seasons 3, 4, and almost all of 5 are now available on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts from. And if you want to hear seasons 1 and 2, you can go ahead and join our Patreon. That's one of the benefits of joining that, giving us a little money to keep this going. Please give us those ratings and reviews on iTunes. Right now we have 20 ratings and just a couple of reviews, and we'd really love to have more of those because it really helps us out. It gets the algorithm going and it tells people, hey, this is something worth listening to. So we would love if you would do that. We'd really appreciate it, and we would owe you one. I don't know how we're ever going to pay you, but maybe someday we do a favor for you, huh? All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Hartman, and this is Overtime. Each week, I'll be giving you a little extra knowledge about something that happened in the past during the week of our release. This week, we look at the week of December 14th, and we're going to look back now to December 20th, 1946, and the release of a Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life. You may be familiar with this movie as it's shown on TV multiple times a year around Christmas, but it wasn't very popular when it was released. Despite featuring Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed and being directed by Frank Capra, it opened to mixed reviews and a terrible box office take. Of course, that didn't stop it from earning 5 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. But it didn't become a classic until it was put into the public domain, which meant that it could be broadcast without licensing or royalty fees. And it did indeed become a classic and is now ranked highly on many lists of the greatest movies of all time, and it's number 1 on the list of the most inspirational American films. Now, if you didn't know, the movie is based on a short story by Philip Van Doren Stern, who self-published the story in 1943 and sent it to friends as a Christmas card. Stern loosely based his story on A Christmas Carol, the Charles Dickens 1843 classic, which was celebrating its centennial. The story came to the attention of RKO Pictures and Cary Grant, and the plan was for RKO to make this film starring Grant. But it languished for a while in development hell and was shelved. Later, Capra read the story and bought the rights from RKO for the same $10,000 that they had purchased them. He went on to cast Jimmy Stewart, who was actually considering retiring from acting after his experiences in World War II. But after reading the script, he agreed to take the role, and rumor has it, it became one of his favorites. Now, the town of Bedford Falls, New York, is said to be based on Seneca Falls, New York, which Capra visited in 1945. The town has an It's a Wonderful Life festival each year, and even opened a hotel called the Hotel Clarence, named after the guardian angel from the film. And you can visit the It's a Wonderful Life Museum in Seneca Falls. But this all may just be a rumor, as there's no evidence to support this claim, and that Bedford Falls was simply supposed to represent every town USA. Stern says that the town he had in mind when he wrote the story was Califon, New Jersey, which has a bridge very similar to the one that George Bailey nearly jumps from. Some other fun info about this film: there are 2 characters, a cop and a taxi driver named Bert and Ernie, and it's widely believed that these names were the inspiration for the Sesame Street characters. But Jerry Jewell has confirmed that this was merely a coincidence. In the 1996 movie Elmo Saves Christmas, Bert and Ernie do pass by a television set playing the movie and are surprised when they hear the line, "Bert, Ernie, what's the matter with you guys? You were here on my wedding night." Also, if you've never seen the TV movie remake, It Happened One Christmas, try to track it down. It stars Marlo Thomas as Mary Bailey, the protagonist of the film, and Cloris Leachman as Clara, the guardian angel. And Orson Welles himself even plays Mr. Potter. Oh, and be sure to look up the sequel. Yeah, in 1990, they did a made-for-TV movie called Clarence, though there was talk of a more direct sequel in 2015 that was going to star Carolyn Grimes, who had played Zuzu, George Bailey's daughter. Supposedly, the story would have featured her teaching George's evil grandson how different the world would have been if he had never been born. It was going to be called It's a Wonderful Life, the rest of the story. And now you know the rest of the story. I'm Matt Hartman. Good day.